Welcome back to the Ben Breakfast Show. If you're just tuning in, we have a few more minutes to go, roughly like 40 minutes more. You've missed a lot. You've missed the paper review. You've missed the interview with the Nollywood entertainer that came. There's a movie premiere on Friday. Don't forget, you can call in before the end of the show to just tell us you're interested to go, and you win yourself a VIP ticket for two to the movie premiere this Friday at Broadway Center, and it's for the night bus to Lagos. I was about to say night bus to London, don't mind me. Anyway, so keep the lines coming in and win yourself and have a wonderful weekend, you know. Also, I have a wonderful, wonderful guest in today's show. I've been telling you that today's show is going to be wonderful. We have wonderful guests with a long S on today's show, all the way from Nigeria, and this is really, really important, something really sensitive that most of us don't always take note of, like, oh, we can't be bothered. This is really important, so you need to hear. I have in the studio today, I have the DG and CEO of NIMC. I have Engineer Aliyu Aziz Abubakar. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, he's the DG and CEO of National Identity Management Commission, called NIMC. And I also have another beautiful woman in the studio, Adiza Ali Dagabana. I'm so sorry, I almost got tongue twisted there.
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
she's the General Manager, Legal Services and Board Secretary of NIMC. And I also have, to my far left, Mr. Yemi Adetuji. He is the Director of Bbs Global Resources. Yes, thank you for coming on today's show. We're really happy to have you on today's show. So I will start with the DG first on NIMC. So, like I said, national identity number is something that most people don't do. Even in Nigeria, I know you force people to go and get registered, do your thumbprint. People just don't do it. I don't know why. Maybe it's that nonchalant attitude Africans have. So, but I know that this is a sensitive topic we really need to talk about. But what is the main mandate for NIMC?
Well, NIMC has been set up by an act of the Parliament in 2007.
Okay.
And we are meant to create a digital national identity database of all Nigerians and legally residents in Nigeria, including Nigerians in diaspora. And we are to harmonize all the disparate identity databases, and then issue the national identification number, which is a foundational identity for everyone,
yeah,
from child to adults, and also issue a general multipurpose card and provide verification and authentication, because any database that you can't verify
yes,
the identity, then is useless.
How will this process go on getting everyone on a central database, including, because you mentioned the Nigerians out in the diaspora?
Sure.
How are we going to do this? Because I'm a Nigerian in diaspora. How am I going to register here and I get on the database in Nigeria?
Yeah, for Nigerians in diaspora, we have licensed about 7 companies that have been performing similar processes,
okay,
of issuing passports or visa and BVN,
definitely for the bank, yeah,
number. So we licensed them, and we are here today with one of the companies, Bbs.
Okay.
They are commencing the enrollment here in London.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So let me go straight to Adiza. What are the benefits of NIMC? Because, like I said, we need to, I think, get to that position of creating that awareness for people, letting them know the importance of having a national identification number. Because in the UK, we all have like NI numbers. In the US, they have their social security number. But we've still not gotten to that stage in Nigeria. Can you tell us the reasons why people need to have an national identification number? Sorry.
Thank you. The benefits are many.
Yeah.
One of the most important benefits is for the country to know who its citizens are.
Oh, yeah.
Because you cannot plan if you don't know who you are planning for.
Yeah.
What category, the ages, the different sex, the different vulnerabilities of your people. So you need to identify and have digital identity database of whoever you are going to offer services to. Secondly, For the diaspora, let me be specific here for the diaspora. One, you cannot even have the new international passport if you don't have the NIM. Because what happened, what was going on before was that the functional IDs were coming up before the foundation.
Yeah.
But the government said we can't just go through that route anymore. The international community, nothing works like that in the whole world. It's only in Nigeria you find that chaos. So we had to sit back to say, okay, let us do the correct thing and start from the bottom. That's the foundation identity. So with the mandatory use of the NIN regulation, there are so many services you cannot get. You cannot get to those services unless you have a foundation ID. So one of the most critical one that even made us to come in to the diaspora last month is the issue of the international passport. Because there's a directive. Before you get that passport, you must have that, you must be identified in the national database.
Wow.
So, likewise, if you are going to open a bank account, you must have
a BVN.
To be on the voters register, you must have a national ID, whether you live in Nigeria or you live outside the country.
Yeah.
So that is the foundation before you can even get eligible to vote.
Yes.
So many things. In Nigeria, access to health services, access to government, other government services.
Yeah.
And then even for the diaspora, how will the, you know, I've had this question from the diaspora sisters and brothers that what is the government doing for us?
Exactly.
So what will the government do for you if the government doesn't know that you exist?
Very true.
But you have, when you have an identity, then you can enforce your right.
Yes.
You can push to have those privileges. And that is why we are working with the Diaspora Commission to make sure that once we have this database, they have a database, concrete, unique database of diasporas where they are across the world, and then push for the necessary benefits that the diasporas.
Yeah. Before I go into how the whole process is going to work, let me speak to Mr. Adetunji, because I know your company is part of the company is working with NIMC to get the Nigerians in diaspora registered, enrolled. Okay, that's the one. Can you tell us how? Because I've not heard about it. I'm a Nigerian diaspora, and a lot of people would like to know where we need to go, what we need to do to be able to get under this platform.
Thank you very much. Primarily, we're exceedingly delighted with NIMC to have licensed us amongst other entities to work for them. For us, it's a thing of joy and pride as a Nigerian entity to be recognized by them.
Yes.
We have the honor and distinction of having done the very first enrollment for them in South Africa.
Oh, nice.
We started off in South Africa. She accompanied us then. So the very first Nigerian enrollee on the database as a diasporian was done by us in South Africa.
Interesting.
So we are here now to, as it were, assist them to get people like you to enroll.
Yeah.
We're at number 169 Old Kent Road, Southeast 5NA. We start today. Actually, at 2 p.m. today, they are going to officially take us off. And then
nice.
Things like this are what we use to try and get across to our brothers and sisters in the UK that we're here. We also intend to do mobile enrollments outside of London. Once we can aggregate numbers, we'll be delighted to take it everywhere where people are.
Yeah. So I know that, so the only way we register is coming to your office to do the registration at the moment for Nigerians in the diaspora.
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
Two other entities are also given permission by them.
Okay.
They are in Fleet Street.
Okay.
But I'm speaking for our entity.
Okay. Your entity.
Yeah, we're at Old Kent Road,
okay.
And we intend to roll out subsequently in other parts of London.
Exactly. Let me ask the DG how they need, because Nigerians are everywhere, not just even in the UK. We have a lot of Nigerians in Manchester and all those places. Have you made, provisions for Nigerians living outside? I know we have the highest population in London, but we have a lot of Nigerians everywhere in the UK. So how are we going to go about that?
Well, I think the license companies have website, and all of them can be gotten from the NIMC website.
Okay. And
there you can go and then get an appointment. And as he said, if you have a group that a sizable number too, they can also move. The mountain will go to Muhammad also.
Okay, that's good.
To go and enroll wherever Nigerian citizen is.
So initially, the first process now is for us to go online.
Yes.
To register.
Pre-enrollment.
On NIMC website?
That's right.
Okay, so we up first, because I want people to go, but I think we have a caller on the line. We have John on the line. Good morning, John. Thank you for calling the Bed Breakfast Show.
Hello.
John? John, are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
do you
I'm
want to
there.
go ahead with your contribution, please?
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, John.
Yeah. You
Happy New Year in
remember
May.
the John. I'm the one. I'm back on
Yes.
TV again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the audience that you brought to us today.
Thank you.
But one thing I want them to know is this. When I was in Nigeria before I traveled down here, I did the national ID card.
Yes.
I was a member of the people who did the national ID card at all day. I was the one who registered most of the northerners who were living under the bridge around our Balinde areas. One thing I noticed is this: majority of them, they were not Nigerians.
Okay.
They claim they are from Kano, and they
Okay.
don't know the local government.
Yeah.
They don't even know the name of their emir. They don't even know the name of any person that they can mention in the local government they will call in Kano. You see, the problem is not about this registration of all Nigerians all over the world. The problem is that we have a poor foundation as a nation.
Okay.
If we don't change it, we are just wasting our
We have
money.
is it
Because
possible?
very soon now,
John,
the money
sorry.
the government of Nigeria will spend for the people to register, there will be more than the money they will spend for the Nigeria staff.
So what is
Look,
your...
we don't have good foundation. We should deal with foundation first before we build anything.
So what will be your proposition
in
to
Nigeria,
that,
we
John?
don't know ourselves. I did national ID card as a member, as a student. I was the one who registered them. Majority of them, I used police to arrest them at Obalende. They were not Nigerians. How do we know Nigerians? It's not about this ID card. A lot of people can bribe many black people can bribe all the officials. They will register they are Nigeria, but they are not even Nigerians.
So what's your question, John? John? Okay, so thank you so much for calling, John, and I'm sure you picked a bit of what he said, and we would like to respond.
First of all, you know, it's just like in the UK here. It's not only UK citizens that have the insurance number that you have. So the focus is to enroll and know every person that is in the country. Not necessarily, it does not confer citizenship. It's not the issue about citizenship at all, but it's knowing who are the people within Nigeria and who are Nigerians that are outside Nigeria.
So now his question is, how do we identify the Nigerians from the non-Nigerians?
Okay.
Okay.
Hadiza, go.
Hadiza, anyone?
All right. Like my DG said, it's not about citizenship. So in the when we do the enrollment in Nigeria, you know, it's identity management. So to do identity management, you have to capture everyone living within your environment.
Yes.
Because if you say you are going to exclude some people, that means you are excluding some critical section of the population into your database. So in Nigeria, we capture everybody, irrespective of your nationality, because we have the mandate to do that. In the diaspora, because it is only Nigerian citizen, then you have to confirm to us that you are a Nigerian citizen, either with your international passport, or if you have lost your passport, you go down to the Nigerian High Commission and they do their necessary examination and issue you with an authentication letter that you will take to our centers. But in Nigeria, we register everyone.
Okay, so let me go back to Mr. Adetunji. Have you had issues with people coming to register? You've started registration in South Africa, right?
Yes,
and people come mostly with their international passport, right?
Yes, we do.
So have you had people that are non-Nigerians come to register?
Interestingly, none so far.
Okay.
But the precautions that have been given to us by NIMC is that if a person comes and doesn't have a passport, we are then supposed to direct them to the Nigerian High Commission. They have a section called the consular section. I think their role, amongst other roles, is to ensure that they can identify us. When I
Yes.
say us, we Nigerians.
Nigerians, yeah.
I mean, the gentleman that called said they couldn't mention their local government. I reckon that's part of the checks that they have.
Yeah.
But our job primarily is that we look for people, we will entertain people who have their passport.
Yeah.
To us, that's the identification.
Well, you don't
that
do
we're
any
using.
form of questions, any form of test to know.
If you have a passport,
Yeah.
prima facie, you are a Nigerian.
Definitely.
It is the person that doesn't have a passport
That
that
would
we
need.
will now send to the Nigerian High Commission
Okay.
to assist us to
Authentication.
authenticate. And then when they do, they then write a letter of authentication,
Yeah.
which when they bring it, we still call in
Yeah.
to confirm that Mr. ABC, who has come to us today
Oh, okay.
with letters saying he's a Nigerian, did
Yeah.
you guys
Issue
issue
it.
it? Because,
Oh,
you know,
you have to verify.
thank you very much.
Okay.
Trust but verify was what we
Yeah,
were taught.
definitely.
Thank you.
Oh, that's interesting. Also, I know that in Nigeria, the enrollment, because I use the word registration, so now.
Used to-
I use the word registration every
It's
time.
okay.
So
It's
yeah,
okay. It's okay.
registration and enrollment. So either one that is comfortable for the viewers, because some people don't really
Yeah.
know. So it's free.
Yes,
But for Nigerians in the diaspora, is it free?
it's not free.
Okay, why are you not being fair to us?
Can I just say
Don't
something?
worry.
Can I just say something? I think, one, I would like to commend government
Okay.
for even allowing registration in diaspora.
Okay.
In my research, I
Yeah.
found out that the largest database of individuals held by any government is the Indian database. I understand they have about 1.3 billion
They're a
people.
lot.
That's no, on the database.
Yes.
On the database.
But for them, you have to make the trip home to enroll
do
in the
that.
database. You make a
Okay.
trip home.
Oh.
I think government in Nigeria should be commended that they are actually, like the DG said, taking the mountain to Mohammed.
Yeah,
that if
instead of-
Mohammed won't
True.
come to the mountain,
True.
mountains come to Mohammed.
Yes.
So, on an economics point of view, I speak as an accountant. I think it's cost
I can see.
viable that government says we bring it to you,
Yeah.
save you the bother of coming home.
Buying a ticket too can be a lot
It's
of
not
money.
exactly-
And
it's not exactly
even
10p.
if you plan, if you plan to go to go back home before your passport expires, if you plan to go before the passport expired in the next 2 years, you can always wait
Do it
when
at
you
home.
get home and do
True.
it free. But you know, these are private sector people.
Yeah.
They have to pay their staff. They have to rent space. They have to all
Definitely.
the logistics. So they need to recoup at least their.
So what is
investment.
the fee for Nigerians in diaspora to get
To
registered?
get registered for the number? It's $50 and it's equivalent in any other
Like
currency.
£30?
39
Yeah.
as of
39.
yesterday.
That's
he
for
asked me to
adults.
confirm.
Oh, okay.
Adults in this sense in our national database is 16 years and above.
Okay.
But for those below 16 years is $40.
Okay, and that's so. Mr. Adetunji, can you give us obviously the figures in pounds so the viewers can know for children and adults?
For adults, $50 is equivalent to $39 as at yesterday.
£39.
39. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
39 pounds as at yesterday.
Yeah.
$40 will probably be about 30.
Okay,
if my
30
math is
pounds.
right.
Yes,
but
but
it will fluctuate.
Exactly, I was about to say that. Don't forget
exchange rate.
Yes, so $50 and $40.
Yes.
Regardless of what we never know what the exchange rate.
There
is
are
gonna
other
say.
services that we are empowered to do authentication, verification, changing of, if you've got a name before and you've misplaced it, retrieval of the name, but those are not going to be very primary as
Yeah.
of now because most people don't have the name.
When
But I
you-
have met Nigerians who have NIN actually,
Oh.
who've done their NIN at home and who are here.
On here, okay.
Yes.
So where do we pay to? So now I'm a Nigerian in diaspora. I want to get registered. What is the process of me registering and paying, then finally getting
Okay.
enrolled?
We have a website, www.thebestglobalresources.com.
Yes.
which you can go to. I have a handbill I'll leave with you that anybody
okay,
can check.
yeah.
It's it has it written on it.
Yes.
Right? Now when you go on the website,
Yeah.
it takes you to a payment platform.
Okay.
And then you make the payment. You're actually supposed to make that payment, fill a pre-enrollment form,
Yeah.
print that pre-enrollment form out. That has like a barcode.
Yes.
You come to our office,
And bring
we then
that.
scan it. So
Okay.
it makes your process maybe a 7-minute turnaround. If you then come to the office to do the pre-enrollment,
Yeah.
it might take like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you can also pay because we have a POS machine with your
Oh,
card.
so we can
Then-
pay at the centers
Yes, you
too
can.
if we don't want to pay online.
Yes, you can.
But you used to get the barcode.
When you
are you
come-
able to make your registration without payment online?
Are you able to make a registration?
The pre-enrollment.
Enrollment
No,
online.
you won't be able to make
Oh,
the
so it's
payment.
either you do it online or you come to the center.
That's right.
To do it.
That's right.
And you come with a barcode. But if
you've done it at home,
yes,
and then you've printed out the slip
or
that is
even
generated.
save it on your phone, the barcode.
Oh, then
so
just
once you
scan
come,
it.
we scan it, and then it brings up all your data. But the first thing is that we'll ask you to verify again that everything that you filled at your leisure is correct.
Yeah.
Because once the records enter their database,
That is it.
It's one heck of an issue changing them.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just make the viewers a bit clear. So if you're a Nigerian in the diaspora and you want to, I think it's mandatory now for every Nigerian.
It's mandatory, yeah.
So it is mandatory for every Nigerian, obviously, to get registered with the Nigerian National Identification Number. It's either if you're on holiday. I just came back from Nigeria like 2 weeks ago. I should have just done it. Anyway, but I'm here now.
I'll be glad to provide service to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adetunji. So if you're still thinking of going to Nigeria within the next,
Within the next 2 years, because even in Nigeria, after 3 years, you may have to pay to do it.
Okay, so you can go to Nigeria and do it for free. And trust me, it might be a bit chaotic. So you rather just do it here right now before you go, because you might just have a week to spend in Nigeria and maybe you might not even get everything done within a week, considering the population back home. So if you want to do it here, one of the centers is 169 Old Kent Road, London, SE15NA. So that's SE, that's Sugar Echo 1, 5 Niger Alpha. And yes, you can also go to the NIN website. Is it the NIN website or the NIMC website?
You can go to NIMC website, you can go to Tebes website.
Tebes website,
Yes.
exactly. Tebes website to do the pre-enrollment form, book an appointment, and you can also pay. We have another caller on the line. We have Layden on the line. Good morning, Layden. Thank you for calling the Band Breakfast Show. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Do you want to turn down the volume of your TV?
Morning. It's good to see the gentleman and the lady in the studio talking about the Nigerian diaspora registration.
Thank you.
Now, what I would like to get is, what is the role of the Nigerian in diaspora organization, the likes of the NIDO, who likewise would be distributing and sharing this information with Nigerians outside the country? As you rightly understood, not every time do the Nigerians go home, but by July this year, they normally would go home for the Diaspora Day. So I would like to see the synergy and the strategy that you're putting in place so that you can empower them, and for them and the other organizations that have to do with Nigerians will be able to benefit this thing, which is very, very key and very important. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. So who's going to respond to that?
So among the 7 licensees so far, one of them is a partner to the NIDO Euro, that is Biosec, and they have been making arrangements and to commence also. They have already started in Netherlands and Germany. They discuss with the Nigerians in diaspora in those areas. So, and I believe that very soon they will also come to UK and talk to the communities. So they, one of the partners is a NIDO. Has
NIDO
member. Yes.
So does that answer? I hope that answers the question for Layden. Thank you so much for calling. They said some of the, I think you have 7
we have
verified or licensed companies to do the registration, and I think there's one of the companies has a partnership with NIDO or NIDO. Yes, so you can maybe find out more about that. So like I said, you go to any of the. Do we have the list of the centers? The other centers?
No, we have 2 centers in the UK now. They are center at the Old Kent Road and then the OIS office at Fleet Street.
Okay, so we have 2 centers. We have Mr. Adetunji's Febes and we have the OIS. Is it the one at Fleet?
Yes,
that's
Fleet.
At Fleet. So, but Mr. Adetunji is here, and you can as well just go to Mr. Adetunji because, you know, like if you're within the southeast area, East London, because depending on your location, make sure you go to, is it Thebes Global
Resource?
Thebes Global Resources, number 169 Old Kent Road, London, SE15NA. You can also do it on the NIN website or the NIMC website and get you do your registration, the payment, and get your barcode and take it to Mr. Adetunji's office at Old Kent Road, Thebes Global Resources, and just, do your enrollment there. Or you can as well just not go on the website and go straight to Mr. Adetunji's office, and I'm sure they will sort out everything for you. Make sure you go with your international passport, right?
Right. And if they have a BVN number, they should also bring it, because what NIMC has done, they've taken on a lot of BVN things and taken them on board.
We have another caller on the line. We have Ade on the phone. Good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling the Bed Breakfast.
Please, how does somebody become an agent for the NIM? How do we become an agent? Thank you.
Okay.
He should come to our office. He should come to our office.
How does he become
an agent? Yeah.
An agent.
Okay, okay. Is it an agent to him? Then he should come to our office.
Okay.
And
we have arrangements for such things.
They can have arrangement for that.
So Ade, if you want to become an agent, go to Thebes Global Resources at 169 Old Kent Road, London, SE15NA, Sugar Echo 1, 5 Niger Alpha, and see Mr. Yemi Adetunji.
But he has to enroll first.
Okay. And they said you need to enroll first, but you can come to your office to do
enroll. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so you can bring your international passport. If you have a BVN number, do you have to have both or either of?
No, the foundational one is a passport.
Okay.
But because the BVN numbers have been harmonized onto the database, it's expedient that if you do have it, you come, so we can make the search.
So if you don't have a passport and you take your BVN number?
If you don't have a passport, you have to go to the Nigerian High Commission to get an authentication.
So the BVN is just a bonus. It's not like the main.
Yes.
So you go with your international passport.
Valid
international passport. And if you don't, if you have issues with your passport for some reason, some of them are maybe in the Home Office for, upgrade, change of status, go to the Nigerian High Commission, get an authentication letter and take it to the center, and then you will be taken care of. So, also, how are you going to handle the issue of skepticism and, people thinking, oh, it might just be the same old elephant project.
White elephant.
Why are we even using elephant? But okay, let's use elephant, not a monkey project. How do you handle that? Because I'm sure you get a lot of that, even in Nigeria. And to think about Nigerians in the diaspora, because like Hadiza mentioned, most of them say, what are you doing for the Nigerians? What are you, because Nigerians in the diaspora can't vote yet, which is still a bit sad. It's something that we all talk about, the politics. When it's election period, if you come on this show, it's always heated. And you find out that there are a lot of political APC and PDP fans, and they would like to vote. So issues like that, having a national identification number, are you going to use it for voting? Will it be something you work on, linking with INEC, so we can use that for Nigerians in diaspora to be able to vote? So how do we handle all? I think I'm giving you a lot of questions.
Yeah, just like we said that we have to distinguish between functional identities and also the foundational identities.
Yes.
INEC registration for the voters is a function for voting, but you need a foundational identity, and that is the NIN, the number.
Okay.
So you need this number before you should be given a voter's registration. So it's like we are going back and building the foundation. And we never had a good foundation. We were using functional IDs, like you had to be a BVN.
Yes.
But your BVN is for only financial transaction. It's not for identity. You may have a driver's license. It's for driving. You may have a passport. That passport is for traveling and also identifying yourself when you are not in your own country. But the foundation is the NIN. So that is why we have gone back to the NIN to do this foundation, and we have given ourselves 2 to 3 years to mop out everybody. And once we have done that, we have built the foundation, then I'm sure that all we need is to change our Electoral Act, and we are free we will be able to do diaspora voting, and we'll be able to verify and authenticate against the national identity database.
Why
so
do we
it
have
is a direction.
Why do we have a 2-year deadline? It's
planning. It's a planning because we have so much backlog. So in Nigeria, you know, we are right now at 201 million, and we are growing by approximately 7 million every year.
Wow.
And we have not done it before. Therefore, we have backlog. Right now we are at 35 million. So by absolute numbers, it's a tip of the iceberg. So we have given ourselves 2 to 3 years to complete the remaining 165 million people, and then have a system on ground that will take the NIN from birth, so that we will have a smooth sale. So it is a program that from the top, from the president have given the vice president to spearhead this project, and we have planned and come up with a strategic roadmap which we could name an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a sustainable system. Yeah. So we believe that in the next 2-3 years we should be able to capture every Nigerian and that is living in Nigeria, and foreign citizens that are living in Nigeria, and Nigerians that are in diaspora. Then we will have a system in place. We will then stop blaming ourselves and rather have the data and work with it, and we'll be able to authenticate and verify.
Interesting. Madiza mentioned something that after 2 years, if you don't get registered, they might have to pay. We have another caller on the line. Sorry, we have Tunde on the line. Good morning, Tunde. Thank you for calling the Ben Breakfast Show.
Hello, good morning.
Do you want to go ahead with your contribution or your questions, please?
Hello.
Hello, Tunde.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you clearly. Good morning.
Excuse me. Like my family, we were in Abuja last year, August, and we did registered. We have given the slip, but we are yet to collect the national ID. We decided in the UK over here. So what's our plan, please?
Okay, you have registered, you've been given the slip. The slip has your national identification number, right?
Today, we're here. We are responding to your question. Thank you so much for calling.
The slip he was given has his national identification number, so that's his identity.
Okay.
So he doesn't need the card. The card is an added value. But if he wants it, he can always, even from here, pay for it, and it will get printed and sent to him.
Okay. So Tunde, I hope this answered your question. But if you're still a bit confused, you can please call back, and I'm sure we'll be able to answer your question accordingly. So like Madiza said, that's already your...
Yes, he's already registered in the database. Once if you have the slip that has the NIN on it, 11 digits number, that is your identity.
So do we get this card? So after registration, because I know automatically if we register, we're already in the database.
Yes.
But do we get that card?
When you register, you get the NIN slip.
Okay.
And you have an identity. That's the NIN slip. You have an identity.
Okay.
Sample of the
okay, this is what the
sample of the
NIN slip looks like.
Yeah.
But so we're not going to get like an identity card.
If you want,
we will.
Well, let me explain further that we all along the focus was on national ID card.
Yes, it was.
But when we had these issues, especially the recession, so we stepped back and then analyze other nations. What have they been doing? Then we found out that here, even here in England, there's nothing like national ID card. It is a national insurance number that you use as the base.
We used to have the card, but I think it's been overwritten. Yeah.
In the US too is social security number.
Yeah.
And the India that we mentioned, they enroll more than 1.3 billion, but it's number. They didn't even give them paper.
Yeah.
So imagine the cost of paper for 1.3 billion. So it's very costly. Therefore, our focus now is on the number, and we are in 21st century. So it's a digital
We're going
ID.
paperless.
So it's digital ID. So all you need is your number for the time being. So the focus is really on the number, not on the card. Though the law says that we should issue a general multipurpose card. The card we issue is like 80 kilobytes. The ordinary ATM card is only 4 kilobytes. So it's like 20 times bigger. Therefore, you know,
so it's not economical.
It's not economical.
And people will lose it and will still come and apply for a missing.
Lifespan. And it has a lifespan of 5 years. But this piece of paper that you have with your number is there forever. If you lose it, in Nigeria, you can check it on your phone. We are still working to see how the those in diaspora can use the mobile phone to check their number, or go online and check your number. But like the DG said, it's a provision in our act to issue the card. Yes. But what we did was to keep it aside because there's no funding for that.
True.
Yes, but in diaspora, if you still want it, you pay additional $35
for it.
Yeah, we print and ship back to the centers
and keep renewing every
and every 5 years you have to. Even like in Nigeria, passport. You have to pay for it. Yes, okay. The card will have to be paid for because it will not be sustained. We can print it. We have to outsource to other private sector partners that have the capacity to print the type of card because it's a security document that can print it, and then you have to pay them for that printing. So you have to charge Nigerians for it.
Yes.
That's why we have stepped down on the card and trying to populate. Let us populate the database. The card
can come later. I don't even think
you
the card will be
You can
needed.
even opt for a digital card.
Exactly.
Because it's there's a
like an e-card they can send to their email addresses, and that's going to cost nothing. I think they can do it because the BVN number too. We don't have cards for it. Thinking about it. We just have our BVN and you just write it wherever you think is secure.
Exactly.
Okay. So now we have between now and the next 2 years to get registered in the centers in London for now. How about other countries?
Yeah, we are opening up. We are going to be in the U.S. next week.
Okay.
I think we have about 6 centers opening up in the U.S. across the U.S. next week.
Okay.
Yeah, Tebes 2 is going to U.S.
Oh, nice.
Houston and New York.
They have 2 centers in the U.S. We are in South Africa. We are in Dubai.
Oh.
And I have received requests for about 5 other countries. Yeah.
So the plan is obviously to have a center in every country around the world.
Yes.
Which obviously you're already in the process of doing.
Exactly.
So how about the ones in Nigeria? Like, what is the situation of, what are people's response to the enrollment of NIN in Nigeria?
Well, we have about 1,000 centers nationwide. That is not enough. The standard is that you need, for every 50,000 people, you need a center. That means that we need about 4,000 centers. So that is why we have come up with this an ecosystem approach whereby government agencies and also private sector will be able to capture this data and send to the back end so that the NIN will be generated and then they will be paid for every NIN that is generated. So instead of having turnkey project or PPP that never worked, so we've come up with a performance-based system, and we believe that is going to work because that is what worked in similar countries like in India.
Yeah. The last question before I let all of you go. So what would you say have been the major challenges, because this is a massive project, even in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, what has been the major challenges NIMC has faced in trying to get everyone on the database?
In Nigeria, I think the challenges are mostly to do with logistics, power, internet. Those are the major challenges we have. And in the diaspora is the perception. So we are trying to, at least for diasporans, to believe in the system. That's what we are trying to do.
Oh, nice. And we've started from here.
Exactly.
And we will, I think it has to be something, I don't know how NIMC is going to do it, but this information has to be something we need to be hammering into their heads. Maybe once a month or twice or what, because some people are watching today, some people are at work.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, you know, a lot of people called in, so it's true that a lot of people are
so
watching.
public enlightenment is
Yeah.
is a greater challenge,
Yeah.
and that is why we are here
Definitely.
to do that, and we believe that we have to continue
Definitely.
until the last person is registered.
Yeah.
That is when we should stop
it, definitely.
communicating.
It's been very wonderful having all of you on today's show.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoyed it. Like Mr. Adetuji said, I'm going to come to your center to get registered.
Are you coming today?
Not today. Not today. I didn't even know there was an event happening at 2 o'clock today, but I will definitely stop
If you tell
by.
me you're coming tomorrow, I'll be waiting for you.
I'll stop by sometime, maybe next week.
Give me your phone number.
Oh,
I'll
definitely.
let you
We'll
know.
exchange details. Thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Thank
And
you
yes,
very
and we
much.
wish you success in this massive project. And we're
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
Yeah,
We're
thank
proud
you
of
very
you.
much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
trying to
Very
change
much.
Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Tommy.
So that's it on today's Band Breakfast show. Thank you all the callers for calling in. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all the guests that stopped by. We really appreciate you, and make sure you get registered. Please drop by at the center, the Thebes Center, 169 Old Kent Road, and make sure you get registered. Please get registered. Long live Nigeria and long live Great Britain. Have a wonderful day, and same time again next week. I am Tomi Badejoko. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.